Welcome back to another episode of Let Us Be Sustainable. I'm Frank. Today's update is gonna be a quick update about the Dahlia seedlings that have been growing, and there's always a hiccup. There's always a hiccup when you're trying to plan things out. So you got to go with the punches and go with the flow. So what's happening is that my grow bags that I usually grow them in, the shipment is delayed. I should have ordered them earlier. That's my fault. And the dahlias are ready to go out. I'm not ready to put them out. I can't put them in the ground because my property tends to flood, and dahlias don't like wet situations, so they'll quickly rot. But in any case, they've gotten a little leggy, and I think I'm going to just cut the tops off and set them on the shady side of the property for them to bulk out a little bit and correct some of this legginess that they have going on. So let me show you what they look like. Yep. So this is them. So I already took the liberty of cutting this one off already. So 2 more shoots will come out the sides there. This one happens to be a Mystic Sparkler, and I'm gonna just sit them out here for a little bit, and I'll open up the umbrella and have them just bulk out a little bit and enjoy the sun and the shade a little bit more than they are doing inside, because it's time for them to really be going outside. They're growing through the grow bags. I'm going to be tearing them out of this and into the bigger grow bag. So they should be fine. It's just one of those things that happen. And I guarantee you, I'm not the only one that happens to. So yeah, it's always something. This one, again, it didn't make it. It just fizzed out. Just because, the seeds sprout don't always mean they're going to make it. So this was a boom boom, and it just didn't make it. This is also a Mystic Sparkler. You can tell by the very dark. So we're going to be cutting this one about here and letting it, bulk up a bit, because this is not working for me. It's just not. So yeah, that's basically it. I can show you an update on the roses if you want, but this is how the dahlia seeds are right now, and I'll be cutting them up. All right, I'll be back with the roses. Okay, these are the roses that I transplanted them into these 1 gallon grow pots. I was gonna use 4-inch pots, but knowing my hectic work schedule, I wouldn't get to pot them up again. So I just went straight forward and put them in the 1 gallon pots. And this is when I'm gonna test for their hardiness and disease resistance, because I don't have a greenhouse. So these are going straight outside, and they're getting tested from the get-go. So only the hardy ones will survive, and the ones that aren't, makes room for more. So here's what they look like now. These are what, 12, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 I have here. I have 12 in the front. So let's get to it. This is the Huithia Furibunda cross, that orange looking one with the multiple blooms. I'll put a picture of it. Whose parent is the yellow with the red center, and the Marina cross. So she's bushing out. I can see a little bit of the yellowing in the leaves, but I think this is because it's the first set of leaves and it's time for these to fall off. So I don't think this is disease. I think this is age. There's a little burn because they're outside now. So let's see if they adjust to being outside. This one was one of the very first ones to bloom. It had that magenta single petaled rose. I'll put a picture of it along with it. And it has a long stem like a hybrid tea. So the leaf coloring is still okay. The next one is also a seedling from the Purple Prince. It had that double pink bloom. It was very fragrant. So it's doing okay. I have them in the shady part of the garden right now because I don't want them to get directly full sun. They will get some sun, but not so much that they will burn right away, because their leaves are still adjusting to the outside when they were inside for a good remainder of their growth. And this one is that long one with the long sepals that grew that pink flower. It's bushing out pretty nicely, and its leaves are nice and healthy. I like the growth on this. And so this one may be a keeper so I can breed into other ones. It's really it's bushing out nicely. I like the way it's growing. And it's the same age as this one, who has just a single. And this one's bushing out. This is another one. And this is what, number 4 of the Brindabella White Lightning crosses. We'll see. It's sending out more branches. That's another one. That one. And this one. So no flowers yet on the second bloom, but I think it's because they're transitioning outside. And we'll see what they look like in the next couple of weeks. Now I'm going to go to the ones in the front, and then I'm going to update you on the dahlias, on how I just chopped them up. And, well, let's just say it had to be done. I'll be back. Okay, so now we're in the front garden, and this is where I have the Alfred Sicily seedlings. And this one is about to bloom, but not yet. That bloom's been like that for a couple of days. This is a striped seedling from Alfred Sicily. These are all the roses from that hip. And here's that same little seedling. The beautiful little striped one, still holding on to its bloom. Yeah, and this is the last of the Alfred Sicily. This is that orange with the yellow stripe in the center, the yellow eye. You know, that was that one. Sorry for the background noise. In the front, there's a lot of activity, but they're in the shade. And this one is the New Dawn, the open pollinated ones, because I didn't have, well, not say open, not open pollinated. I lost the tag to the hips, so I don't know who I crossed it with, which is upsetting because you want to duplicate the cross, and it's the one that gave me some of the nicest blooms, the double blooms, and I don't even know what pollen father it was. So that's kind of upsetting because you want to reproduce similar outcomes. I mean, you can do the same cross 1,000 times and you're going to get a different result, but you get something in the ballpark. And they are branching out. Like this one's branching out, and this one's branching out. Their leaves look kind of funny, but I think it's just the transplant. Here is one that I'm watching out to see if that is black spot, but I just think that it's just transplant shock, and that's a much older leaf. It'll start putting out new growth soon. This one is putting on new growth, and this one is still holding on to its bloom. It's that little white, the last one to bloom, and I'll put a picture of it so you can see what this one looked like. But that's the update as far as the rose seedlings. And here's Nico having a little cameo for you guys. That's just one of my little palms. This is my shadow. Follows me everywhere I go. And yeah, there you go. You're such a ham. Alright, so let me get back to the dahlias. And that is the update for the roses. Well, here they are. All chopped. 58 of them. 58 new dahlia seedlings to evaluate for this season. And hopefully we have some ones that will grow on for next season. This is everything I had to cut off. I know it seems horrifying, I know. But it was a necessary thing to do, because now, if we pull this one up, you can see the root structure. Look at this. I think it's a tuber starting to form. And from here, new branches will emerge. So it'll bush out. So it may have looked like I was mutilating them, but in the long run, it's the right thing to do. Now that they're outside absorbing some sun and some shade, they will bulk out a little better, especially when they start branching out, and they will be better for it. In fact, I think there's one already starting, if we can focus, right there. So that's a new branch starting, and that's what we want. From much lower for it to branch out, so it'll be healthier. The root structure is excellent. I will be taking them out of these little bags and into the bigger grow bags when they get here. Fortunately, the shipment is late, or I'll have to figure out something else in the meantime. But that's what they look like now. And then these here are the ones that just fizzed out. See, even though they sprout, even though you transplant them, doesn't always mean that they will make it. That's why you have to plant as many seeds as you can, because a lot of them will not make it. Well, that's it for this week. I will give you another update in a couple of weeks. Hopefully my pots get here, or if not, I'm gonna have to reuse last year's, and I would hate to do that, but I guess I can soak them in bleach, a little bleach water, and sterilize them for this year's growth. But if they don't get here, these are the things you have to do as a grower. You have to have a plan B, because something always comes up. There's always some kind of a hiccup. Nothing new for this season. It's just starting early. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing. Catch you on the next one. Thanks.